$261 billion have been invested into the region in 2012 from China, which represents about 11% of all FDIs out of China. About 99% of that amount was for state-owned companies who looked at minerals and resources. On the private business side, it's about 85% looking at services, infrastructure, and different services in the Caribbean. So when you look at the numbers, a lot of time Caribbean governments focus on state-to-state relations, which is good, but it benefits more social programs and long-term investments. When you look at the business sector, I think we have to marry the two together. First is you have to start with state-to-state relations to encourage Chinese businesses and companies to go into the region. Once they're there, you then encourage them to get involved in private investments. One of the ways of marrying the tourism and the business world is to have business tourism trips into the Caribbean. For the Caribbean, it's far, it's unknown, but if you take businesses, they will probably bring some of their families, and then it grows. One of the biggest barriers of entries are the visa problems. To go to Grenada, for example, from China, you either have to transit through the US or the UK, and you need visas for those places. Or if you go through Frankfurt in Germany, no visa is required, but you have to spend about 12 hours in the airport, so it's difficult. The other issue is when Chinese travel to the Caribbean, they like to go to more than one destination, maybe 2 or 3 countries at the same time. Getting visas for 2 or 3 countries is impossible. Sometimes it takes months. When I worked at the embassy, I get calls all the time from the British saying, we're not hearing from Trinidad or Jamaica, so can you call and try to find out how we can get the visas processed? So there are certain things that we need to do on our end in the region to make it easier to facilitate tourism and businesses in the region. As far as the economic impact of China in the private sector businesses, we have to do a better job in packaging our projects properly. The expectations from the Chinese is on one level, our expectations are on a different level, and they never meet. Now, my dear friends from China, they don't like saying no. So if you send a package out and it's not to a certain standard, you just wouldn't get a response. And you'd try to figure out what's going on, and you'll call, oh, we're working on it, you will not get a response. So it's important that you package your projects properly, you show your return on investments, you show the investment that's required, you show what you're going to do, where the market is, very important. The investment is one thing, but how are they going to get out? What's the exit strategy? How is it packaged? And your executive summary must be in Chinese. Very important. It should be in Chinese to attract the Chinese market. So those are some of the initial thoughts.